What's up, everybody? Again, Mind's Eye here. Here with another deck tech. This is my first modern deck I built. It was very cheap when I built it, but since then I put more money into it. I changed it. I call this Swan Life, and we'll get right into the deck right now. All right, so this is modern lands to me because I run 40 lands in this deck. So I run a playset of Seismic Assaults, 2 Molten Vortex, 1 Escanta, 3 Swans, 1 Emrakul, and I'll get into that why I have Emrakul in here. 1 Serum Visions, 1 Reason to Believe, 2 Life of the Loams, 4 Treasure Hunts, 1 Days Undoing, 2 Forests, 13 Mountains, 6 Islands, 1 Emerald Depths, 1 Wandering Ephemeral, Rampaging Ravine, 4 Temples of Abandonment, 1 the Krapon Forest, 4 Temple Empathy, 1 Stomping Grounds, 1 Steam Vent, 2 Shelter Thickets, 1 Ghost Quarters, 2 Sherm Reefs. Alright, so that's the whole deck. It's a combo deck for everybody's familiar with. It combos with this and that. You go and you pretty much throw all your lands to your face. I run Emrakul in here because there were times when I first made it, as in the deck list that you can find on the internet. Sometimes you don't get your lands, so you're actually in danger of decking yourself. So you just make your hand to 7, discard everything with the Emrakul. Your library and your graveyard gets shuffled back in your library. At the beginning of your upkeep, you can start doing the Swan combo again. And this time you have all your lands, and therefore you could kill them. So that's one reason why Emrakul's in here. Another reason why Emrakul's in here is because with Reason to Believe, I could get the Aftermath. And I have done that several times. And it's really cool just to have an Emrakul, cheat out an Emrakul for 5 mana. In Modern, it's really cool. Life of the Loam is really good. The reason why I splashed green into my version of it, because with the red-blue, there was no recursions. When you play against anything with black and they have a Thoughtseize or anything like that, they strip out your combo and you're pretty much dead. So with Life of the Loam, you could actually win somebody without the Swan. The Swan is not important. I mean, it's important to your deck, but it's not like bat-breaking if they get rid of it. Molten Vortex with Life of the Loam and Opening Hand when you're going against like small aggro decks is very good because you constantly recursion. Eventually you'll burn them out, burn their creatures, and eventually get headed on board, and then you can just do Life of the Loam and that until you get Seismic Assaults. Buys you time, pretty much. Sideboard wise, I run 2 Angers, 2 Croissant Grips, Crypt because it's 0 costing, helps me against graveyard strategies. Logic Knot. I have 3 Ancient Grudges. I tried a different version of it, so I got to put, but it's supposed to be 3 Ancient Grudges, 2 Mana Leaks, a Negate, and a 3rd Molten Vortex. So that's what you usually do in this deck. It's very cheap. But my version, I added more stuff to it. But for the most part, it's very cheap. You could build this deck really quick, and it's very good. It's a combo, so what you really want is turn 4 kill. You try to get to that. Turn 3, turn 4, bring that out, and then combo. So with these right here, they help too. When I was at GP Las Vegas, I actually just added this to the deck. And that won me 2 of the games, and this won me 1 of the games. I was able to stall the board out, but he was able to Pithy Needle my Vortex, so I could not use it. So I was able to do this and kill him with Lethal just like that. Because I was able to wipe out his whole board, but I couldn't throw lands at his face. So the only option I had was just to do this, swing in, do this, swing in. And that was it. Ghost Quarter is cool because with Life of the Loam, eventually it becomes a strip mine, so that's cool. And that's it. These help. The addition with the green and this one right here, I get 8 scries, so it helps me go through my deck a little bit faster. That also helps me get there. This is really good too, and that's good. And then of course these are really good. When you're running 40 lands, I mean, your objectivity is to get like at least 6 lands and then that. So, from my experience playing this, since this is my first deck I ever built, and I've been playing for almost 3 years now, when you try to squeeze more things in it, I found out that once you go underneath 40 lands, things get more difficult. So I have this thing where 40 lands is the limit. I mean, that's the minimum you have to have. So that means you got 20 slots to move things around. And there's certain things you move, like you could cut a treasure hunt down, add something. You could technically take out the Emrakul if you don't want to. You could take out the Reason to Believe, but I just find it works for me. You could take out the Enscanta, but Enscanta to me helps me go through the deck once you flip it. Especially when you're pitching lands, it's very easy to flip Enscanta. So, and then as far as sideboard-wise, I just turn into a complete control deck. And depending on what I'm playing against, I'll either bring in this if I'm playing against a lot of little aggro creatures, or I'll bring in that for against creatures because I want to get online, throwing my lands at creatures as fast as I can. Against humans, yeah, you want to do that. You want to get turn 1 this, and you want to get their Noble Hierarchs, their what's called Thalias. You want to get them off the field as fast as you can. Crystal Grip is also against, Artifact Hate. And Ancient Grudge is also good because of the flashback, because you could dredge. Allows you to play the 1 green and destroy an artifact. Alright, so this is my first modern deck. I took like what I usually do, I usually find decks on the internet and then I try to tweak them and try to make them better. And so far, nobody has this version of my deck. So I call this Swan Life. It's very good, very fun. It takes a while to learn what hands to hold, what hands to fold, when to mulligan, but it's very fun, very cheap, affordable. If you like to just try it out, it's very fun. I really didn't want to make a deck tech on my version of this deck, but I decided, you know what, screw it, fuck it, might as well. So there you go. So that's my first modern deck, and I really do like it. It does win. It's very competitive. I have won a couple Friday Night Magics and modern events with it. It gets a lot of people blindsided, and that's the best part of this deck, especially when your mana does not account for this kind of deck. They have no interaction with it. You have better chance of winning. And that's what happened when I first bought this deck to my LGS that's now closed, was nobody expected this deck. And then after a couple of weeks of me constantly playing this deck, because this is the only deck I had for Modern, they started, sideboarding hate for it. Thoughtseize and stuff like that to strip out the combo, Surgical Extraction, stuff like that. Chalice of the Void on 1 or 2. So, alright, well, that's that deck, and until next time, I'll show you my Hollow Spirit deck. I put Spirit Guides in my Hollow 1 deck, and it works really well. It can be really explosive on turn 0, and I'll show you that deck tech once it's complete, and the Goblin Lures and the Blood Cliffs come into the mail. Alright, thank you for watching. Hit that like, subscribe, and next video will probably be the pre-release. And I'll show you guys the pre-release that I go to and what happens. Alright, thank you. Bye.